B-Bad and Brandon.
Finally to request to get you on with us for the podcast.
Awesome.
And an honor.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
I feel like
Thank
this
you.
is a big step for us. One, obviously, we'll get you to do a bit of an intro for yourself soon, and as people can read on the screen, TechOne CEO, if I'm not mistaken, and the anxiety we have been feeling of getting someone who owns, I guess, a tech company on.
Runs the big company.
And,
just a tiny one, right?
Setting up this studio has been a mission, to say the least, to make sure we impress the tech guy. So
yeah, exactly right.
That's very flattering. I had to do a bit of a nervous wee myself before.
It's all right. Look, to be fair, we both did as well.
Oh yeah.
No matter how many we do, they just never seem to get less nerve.
This could be 200.
It's the energy, right? Yeah.
This actually is probably our 200th episode from memory. So
wow.
Number 200.
Congratulations.
Oh, no, it's a big congratulations. I'm saying the honor is all yours. No, I'm kidding.
Now, Edwin, look, we are incredibly unofficial in how we run this thing. It is just a general chit chat to have a bit of a giggle. But we do have two bits of formality to it. The first one at the start, the last at the end. The first one is 21 words, and you can use sounds if you like, to describe who you are and what you do. We're very stringent on the count too, so be careful. Brendan's very good at counting.
I'm a coach, bro. I can't count.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Hey, my wife gave me. Can I do
you
it
can
twice?
Do it twice.
No one's ever requested that, so
yeah.
And go.
All right. This is from me. Father, brother, husband, friend, CEO.
That's 8.
Down to earth.
10.
Fun and easy. I've got shitloads of energy. Get shit done. Perseverance. I can see the answers. How's that?
That's pretty close. I lost track at about 16 because
I got you 21.
Okay.
We'll say it's a loose 21.
Yeah, a loose 21 looks pretty good. I quite enjoyed how you put family and stuff first before you talked about everything above else. That's obviously you in a nutshell. I'm guessing,
thing, right?
yes. I mean, most important for me too.
Yeah.
And Mr. Brando here as well.
Fucking oath, I just got engaged. Bloody hell, mate.
Yeah.
It's killing me.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. It's
good times. Don't do it. No, dude.
Mate, I literally was like, we were obviously trying to plan it, and then we looked at the cost of weddings, and we're like,
it's insane. Don't tell people it's a wedding. That's my advice. Book at the venues, book your stuff. Don't tell them.
See,
that's a good trick.
My partner used to work she's a wedding planner by, I guess, trade, you'd say.
Yeah.
And she said the same thing, but it's also like, what event do you want to host here? And it's like, oh, it's like a wedding, but it's not.
But it's not. Just two friends hanging out together and everyone's celebrating that
it's just
social
party.
engagement.
It's just a party.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's not about us. I agree with Johnny. Like, you there saying family before first, and it's a crossroad that a lot of, I guess, business owners do face. And CEOs at the top of a giant company in TechOne. I guess my first question is for those of our listeners: what is TechOne? What does TechOne do?
Yeah. TechOne's a 35-year-old company, been around building products to make life easy for our customers, and our customers are mainly in local government and universities and TAFEs. So if you live in Australia, probably your rates notice comes from our software. You register your dog through our software, get parking fines through it. If you have a small business and are applying for a cafe license, probably coming from our software. Going to build a pool and put an application income from our software. If you went to university or TAFE in Australia, like I did, you probably applied through our software, paid your fees. If you got sanctioned like me, the letters came from our software. If you graduated, it comes through our software. So a lot of people don't know about TechOne. Got some amazing brands and does some amazing things. But in short, that's what we do. Enterprise software that is mission critical and runs big organizations like councils and universities.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I've ticked off like half of those things you just said, especially the parking fines one.
Yeah, I've been experienced in that one.
Yeah.
Very, very
the thing I love with technology, one, because I know a little bit of the history because I've had the opportunity to train, and we still train a few members of your company at the gym. Peg was actually in this morning doing some deadlifts. it started.
He's a
It
good
started
guy.
in Brisbane, right? Like from nothing.
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong.
Yep. Yeah, that's a really good point, Johnny. There's companies in the world like they're called SAP and Oracle, right? And they're massive. They're worth 200, 300 billion dollars, and they've got hundreds of thousands of developers. And we do the same, if not more and better, out of Brisbane with 400-500 developers. It's insane. I once interviewed this person, and he said, it doesn't make any fucking sense. How can it happen out of this company born and bred in Brisbane, taking on the world and beating it? It makes no sense. But it's down to the people, that just work really hard and create some amazing stuff for our customers. You know,
I think that's a great story. Like something you never, like you said, you don't hear that coming from Brisbane in itself, which is super cool to see. Because how big is the company today?
Yeah. So the company today has about 1,300 staff, 600 in Brisbane, then in every state, capital city in Australia, two in Auckland and Wellington in New Zealand, 2 offices in UK. It's about 120 people in UK now.
Holy shit.
And some people in Indonesia and Malaysia. So, mainly Australia, New Zealand, UK, and a little bit all around Asia.
Taking on the world.
Oh, wow. That is huge.
Yeah, taking on the world.
So wow, I didn't realize it was that big. And like, because I've been lucky enough to tour a bit of the headquarters there post COVID through.
Oh, great.
PJ.
Yeah, PJ.
PJ.
Yes.
PJ. Yep.
PJ, if you're listening, I'm so sorry for forgetting your name.
Come on,
it's been ages, but it's huge. The just the level, everything you guys do, and it seems from an outside perspective looking in, like very obviously staff eccentric and wanting being them in a positive. I'm pretty sure, from memory, there was a PlayStation and an Xbox.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we've got this wonderful village green that's pool table, foosball, Xbox, 4 beer taps. But the point is, it's for our people, right? So we don't exist. We write software. Our asset is the software, and our asset is our people, right? So we have a philosophy that you come to work and we'll take care of everything for you. So come and have breakfast, leave your rubbish lying around. We don't want you to do your domestic stuff. You do that stuff at home. We got people that takes care of that for you, so you can focus on what you need to get done.
That's unreal. And that's obviously been a focus of the company the whole time, like recognizing that the humans that are in the chairs they're the important people, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Our founder, Adrian DeMarco, he retires on 3rd June, so that's a happy and sad moment. But he is loyal to people, really focused on people. It's what's in our DNA. He's taught me everything I know, and it's with our people. And pushing them, giving them big challenges, and letting them, take on those challenges and take on the world and beat the world's biggest and baddest.
To be honest, I'm still stuck on that your employees get breakfast. I'm actually going to retire from coaching as of this instance and apply at TechOne.
All the snacks. We just need a Technology One gym down there, hey?
Literally.
Well, would you believe it's coming? I haven't even told staff.
Hey, here we go.
This is a podcast exclusive. We love these.
There you go. We've got a town hall meeting today where I was going to sprinkle a bit of magic in there about it, but there you go. I've told you first.
Luckily, this isn't live and will come out in a couple of weeks. So you'll technically they'll know first, the greater public. Yeah. But that's awesome. That's like obviously a lot of we see or we hear about these big companies, especially in the US, prioritizing this sort of stuff. And obviously, you guys have adopted that, and you rank your health of your staff quite highly. Yeah, is that something that's become more apparent during COVID, or?
I think so. I'll tell you a story. There's a lady that sits out of my office. Her name's Mel, and she's in the finance team. And God, it's a wonderful story. She ended up the Noosa Mooloolaba triathlon was on recently, right? And she's passionate about it, but she created these groups of teams in the business, and she asked for volunteers of people that wanted to do the Mooloolaba Tri, and they're from all walks of life in TechOne, and it's a big place, so a lot of people don't know each other, right? So she made sure the teams were people that didn't know each other, And she said to me, it's about bringing people together, you know, the health side, but bringing people together. And then when they went up there, they all had a big team dinner,
Lovely.
you know, created the tents, the culture, the
Yep.
whole lot. And I suppose that's where I'm going. It's all about the culture of people working across the department, looking after their health. That's a great thing, right? It's a great thing. But it's a story that made us think more about people's well-being just recently. And so we will sponsor the riding clubs, the footy clubs, everything, right? So it's a way to do two things: your health, but bring teams together. And I think COVID did kickstart things. There was a saying that someone told me: "You're either going to come out of COVID a hunk, a chunk, or a drunk."
A hunk and
so,
chunk or a drunk.
a chunk or a drunk, and you pick, right? And so
I haven't heard that one.
I quite like
I
that.
think a lot of people came out more hunky, you know, because I didn't drink too much or didn't sit on their ass. But
Was COVID challenging for obviously being in the technological space, I guess, in the software?
Yep.
Did you have to pivot too much?
As a business, right? We're in the game of software as a service. This podcast we're using is software as a service, right? Where you can work anywhere. And so we've been in that game for a very long time. So when COVID happened, our people would just go home and work as if nothing had changed. So it wasn't a productivity thing. People were productive, and we trust our people. We don't have to check that they're doing the work. The thing that is important for us is, can they keep serving the customers? Can they keep looking after themselves? And the thing that is always in the back of my mind is culture. And there's this debate, right, about working from home, working from the office, hybrid working. And I believe in hybrid working, and it's got nothing to do with productivity. It's about best at working from home is you're with your family, you don't have to travel, you can drop the kids to school, you can do more exercise in the morning if that's what floats your boat. But being in the office is about, we call it collisions. That's walking down the hallway and bumping into someone that you don't see every day and catching up with them and maybe solving a problem. Collaboration, you know, it's hard to collaborate over a Zoom or down the camera. I was in a meeting in Sydney the other day and they said, "Oh, it's good to see you in 3D." And then learning, like, how can you be someone new to an organization or a grad and learn like this? It's pretty tough. You know, someone can just push their chair back and say, "Hey, I overheard your call. Maybe, you know, go down this direction." So I firmly believe in that sort of hybrid approach. So you get best of both worlds.
That's probably a good thing, if anything, that's come out of COVID. Just thinking out loud, that, you know, previous to that work from the office was always a thing, and probably people who got a taste from work from home always dreamed about more of it. And now they get to have a bit of both. And like you said, that ability to drop a kid off at school, train in the morning, maybe it's a load of washing at lunchtime, etc. But
exactly
that connection point, because I know I trained quite a few people. Well, I trained a lot. Everyone was stuck at home through COVID, and we were still training them. And you could see, like, I don't want to say call like of a loneliness that was sort of coming about, that solitude, but you could certainly had a feeling that they were missing that camaraderie or that ability. Like you said, to wheel a chair back and say to the guy next to them, "Oh, what do you think about X?" And then you can get your answer straight away. Whereas back then you would have had to book a Zoom meeting and then
schedule a call
to get the answer. It's probably long gone because it was a split-second decision you needed. I think that's quite a good thing that you're doing that.
100%.
Yeah, and to be honest, I and our company were one of those saying, "Oh, you got to be in the office." You know, COVID opened our eyes. It changed us. There's no looking back.
I think also on the flip side as well, coming out of COVID, a lot of people like, I actually do miss being in the office. I think it made them, especially in a, like, I mean, if you get free breakfast, I think I would miss the office too. But just having that ability to, one, talk to someone, and also on the flip side of, like, you know, there's always that flip side of everything we say, but sometimes you want to get out of the house. You want to not look at the washing that you have to lift. So it's like,
don't want to talk to your wife 24/7.
I'm kidding, babe. I love you so much. I know you're listening. I know you're. So, but no, I agree, and I think it's that hybrid method is working for a lot of people, and a lot of people that we train and see, and it's good to see, though, like, you know, for such a big company, like, it's really, and I have I obviously nowhere near, you know, you guys' levels of business knowledge or anything, but I do have an interest in business, and it's good to see such a company of your scale investing back into people, sponsoring these especially in the sporting field, like obviously what appeals to us. And that's so cool to see.
Yeah. Can you see this picture behind us?
That's on my list of things to ask you. What is that?
That's Shepherd. That's Shepherd. And that's I reckon it was May last year. Oh no, maybe even I can't even remember the time now. But remember, we're all locked down. We're locked down for ages, and there was a break. We were locked down again shortly after. There was a break. It must have been May 21, I reckon. And unfortunately, our New Zealand, everyone from overseas couldn't come, but we had a thing called a company kickoff, and it was to reconnect our people with our strategies, our vision, our values, and each other. And so we had 800 people down here in the old Echo Showgrounds, you know, the Royal International, I can't remember what it's called now, right? And 3 days learning, you know, lots of meetings, lots of presentations, but also a lot of fun. That was the night, and it blew up on socks that we had Shepherd here. One, I'm a Shepherd fanboy. They only lived down the road here, right? And it was cute. Their mum dropped them off. They came and did an awesome show. That was awesome. I was told to get off the stage about 10 times, but I wouldn't. And the team had the best celebration ever. It's amazing,
That's
right?
unreal.
It's awesome.
That's cool. I think from some of the stories I hear from the peeps that I've trained, you guys are well known for your get-togethers, your nights out, your conferences and stuff like. There's certainly something not when my crew talk about like, oh, I've got to go to the conference this week. They're all fired up. Like you guys do some cool stuff.
It's a philosophy. Philosophies are. Adrian taught me this. If you're going to do anything, go full on, make it great. So our parties are awesome. You'll hear me say, serve people whatever they want. It's not beer and wine. If they want spirits or shots or whatever, happy days, you know. I gotta be careful what I say. The people will say, but you need security and you need to have ending times and you need to cut off. Sure, have them all, but have them dressed like TechOneers and not be in your face and let people go crazy. And some people go crazy and maybe they need a tap on the shoulder and be put in a cab and go home and do it in a subtle way, you know, and look after people. But don't be the fun police.
That still falls back on what you're saying. Like you're always looking after your crew, making sure they're just having the best of times.
Yeah. That's right.
All I'm hearing is more reasons why I should be working at TechOne and not coaching.
Come on
down.
Need
some assistance with this, Jim, at some point when it's all set up.
I heard spirits and I'm like, I'm fucking in. Let's go.
Another cool concept that I love, but know only a little bit about, is your hack day. Where you guys, everyone breaks out and they just get to come up with ideas for the company. Is that right?
Yeah, we're a software company, so we're an innovation company at heart, and we're always inventing stuff all the time, right? That's what we do. But 2 or 3 times a year, we get everyone to down their tools and spend. Well, recently it's more like 2 days now because we've got people over the world, and we want to include them in the time zones, right? And work on anything you want that can, you know, make our business better for our customers. There's no rules, and so there's a couple of things that come out of it. Teams that don't usually work together form, so it's similar to that Mooloolaba Try thing. Teams across the world work together. They just jump on Zoom calls, etc. Does create a bit of energy and a bit of buzz, a bit of competition. It's like any hack day. There's pitching at the end, you know, and we're always oversubscribed because we can only have 20 pitches. We might get 30 or 40 people want to pitch. There's prizes, you know, 5K worth of shares for the top, you know, four winners. But the bragging rights are the thing that most people love when they see their idea turn up in our software for our customers. That's what really drives people. It's really cool. You guys should come down for the next hack day. It'll blow your mind.
We're in. I've got a couple of, I may or may not need you to know, but I have a couple of hack day t-shirts that I use for training. That have been donated to me over the time.
That's good. I've got bucket loads.
Sweet. It's a because the way I always looked at it particularly when I first heard about it, what a powerful move for a company to essentially shut itself down to then go and do this. Like you don't, or in my what I know, you don't really hear of anyone prepared to shut down a company for a day to go and let people go crazy and think about stuff. But the rewards you guys get,
it's the thing we're talking about. It's the investment in people, right? That's
it also encourages them to, obviously, like it builds trust obviously within the company that they can go get their creative juices flowing. They're going to come back more jazzed for the day. Also, like that the prizes, $5K worth of shares in the company, getting people to like, they feel like more of a part of it. I think that is unreal.
Yeah.
What TechOne's doing is, I think, paving the way for a lot of companies coming up to really look at as the gold standard.
We do get companies come and sit in on to check it out and then use the ideas, and we love that.
You guys are pretty welcoming for like startups and stuff kicking around to come and see how you guys do it. And
we see it as can't think of the word, where we have to give back, and teach others, or at least impart on them what's made us successful, and whether they use it or not, up to them. That's probably what.
Another way I like to think of it is I love the quote, "Rising tide raises all boats," right?
I love that.
If they're getting better, you're getting better, one way or another.
Exactly. I love that quote.
Which is incredible. Who out there inspires you, or what other companies out there do you follow and look towards for? I don't know if you call it advice, but just see what everyone else is doing. You love what they do.
I guess, and like to add on to that is like, I guess from TechOne perspective, who do you guys look at, and from Ed as yourself, who do you look to?
Yeah,
because you're in a very like, I mean, obviously we've spoken a lot about TechOne as it is, but most people would assume they hear the word CEO and they think grey hairs pulling your fucking hair out, and looking at balance sheets. But you're probably one of the fucking funnest CEOs I've ever spoken to.
You should have heard George Shepherd on stage, because we were going crazy, and he said something like, "I didn't expect this from a corporate CEO."
I love that.
I'm just the same, whether I'm at home or at work or whatever. I don't believe in changing your spots. But in terms of who I look up to, I really love Richard Branson. He's got that quote: "You look after your people, they'll look after your customers, and profit will come." I really believe in that. Companies, I really like Amazon. Man, they're doing really cool stuff. Love Netflix. Love what they've done. I don't know. And then I just do lots of reading, lots of reading of different things. There's a book behind me called The Hard Thing About Hard Things. Nice. It's a tech company book. It's written by a guy who's today one of the probably most famous VCs in Silicon Valley, but he started a company in 2001 and went bankrupt and grew it, and went bankrupt and grew it, and all these lessons learned. And I read the book and go, shit, I'm living his life. It's exactly the same. It's a good book. I'd recommend that to anyone, number one, but any tech company CEO, or anyone aspiring.
Do you have a favorite book that is just like, apart from that one, obviously, but
I don't really read a lot. That book's there, but I listen to an audio book when I work out every morning.
Fair. I went through that phase of like reading those. I guess I used to be able to read those types of books, very inspiring. But now I just can't do it. Like I have to listen to them, and I can only read.
I'm too hyperactive.
I only read fiction or listen to any of those books.
So look, I don't do a lot of reading. And people will send you stuff, and I'll just read the bits and pieces and try to pick an idea from it.
And mate, a little bit you just snuck in there when you said you train in the morning. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
What's training for you? How important is that for your lifestyle? What do you bench?
7 days a week training. I'm fortunate enough to have a home gym. So I've got squat rack and bench and bucket load of free weights. Normally, I do it by myself. So it's one of those things. Put the podcast on or the book, and 45 minutes every morning. So I bench 60 kilos every day, but if I have someone spotting me, I can bench 75, and that's 3 sets of 10. But I've never pushed myself to do any more. I don't actually own more weight than that.
Mate, Fortitude's about 800 meters up the road, and we got
I
lots.
know. I drive past every day.
It really is.
All right, I'll come down.
Yeah, we got
That's
plenty
real
of
close.
kilos for you, bro, if you need them.
Yeah, all right. Sounds like a challenge. I'm coming
Elliot,
down.
Peg's in trouble.
You have to come down.
Yeah, Peg's a machine. He's gone
Yeah, bro,
solid.
I've turned him
Hey,
into a little monster, mate. It's unreal.
you have.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's coming to nationals with us, which is going to be sweet. We've converted him. You know, he was a bit more of a bike rider. He didn't mind a swim.
Yeah, he was in the crew here that would wear the Nicks every day and
He
ride
was the
every
Lycra
morning.
crew, and we've just subtly just corrected the boat away from the iceberg and brought him over to the dark side of powerlifting, and now he's all in.
Yeah.
It's exceptional.
Oh, good on him.
That'll be you next. We'll just find a little novice comp for you.
I don't know about
Find a little
powerlifting.
novice comp for you, and
I love that. I love that, Ed. But I will just jump in here. Everyone says I don't know about powerlifting, and then you hang around it a lot. It's like I just want to train. I want to get a little bit stronger. Next minute,
Everyone
lift.
yeah, and then next minute,
everyone laughs at me because I got stick legs.
Mate, I have stick legs. It's fine. We get there, and next minute you're face slapping, smelling ammonia in a onesie, going out there yelling at a barbell, and it just happens. You look back and go, "What was life before this?"
Yeah.
Does Jared still train down there? I've seen him in a onesie. It's pretty scary.
Mate, he is a absolute savage.
He is
absolute savage. He's got a comp coming up in June 18. Because that'll qualify him for nationals. Then we'll head over to Adelaide as a team, so he'll be a big part of that.
Awesome.
And he I mean, because you know him, he's just friendly, family guy, quiet guy, a very loud guy too. But once he walks through the doors of Fortitude, you just see this posture change as it steps like one step in. And then this, you know, I wouldn't call it an attitude, but definitely comes about him, and he's a little taller, a little puffed out, and you're like,
he's just
damn, bro, you're ready today.
He's big. Hey, you got to see me standing between him and Dashon at Hack Day. I'm like fucking tiny between his two.
I remember walking. PJ was showing me around TechOne, and we walked into Jared's, where he was working, I guess, and he was the only one in there, but he was behind, I think, 2 or 3 monitors, and it's like you could see him from as soon as you. Oh man, he's so big. He's so big. Like,
it's excellent.
He's a unit.
Oh, jealous, but anyways.
Something interesting I always think, because I mean, you have quite a significant role there. That's obviously going to keep you very consumed and busy. But how do you fit your day in? Like, how do you break things up for yourself? So you get everything done, but have family time, have training time, and have ed time as well.
Yeah. There's been a few piece of advice over my career, right? I am at work structured like a motherfucker. And if Jen, my EA, was in here, she said you're planned and stuck in your ways with everything. So everything's got a spot in work. Rick, who's on the board of TechOne, when I became CEO, he said, I've only got one piece of advice for you: compartmentalize, your family life, your work life, and everything. And I suppose my wife probably kicked me in the nuts a couple of years ago and said, you schedule time for meetings, schedule time for your family. So when you put all that in the mix, right, everything's got its spot. And I'm not boring though. Like don't plan it like that, but everything has its spot. So, we talked about exercise at 4:50, that alarm's going off, and I'm down there at 5, and I'm in at 6:30, and then the day goes to about 6, and then you schedule time for, trivia night on a Wednesday night with your wife, and, time with the kids on a Thursday night, and weekends is run around, netball and everything else, and organize time with your friends and just make it happen, right?
I did love how you I'm not boring as you sit in front of that picture of you and Shepherd on stage. We know you're not boring. Bro.
That's about 15 shots. I'll show you the photo at El Camino before that.
That's unreal.
I mean, what you said is important, but because I imagine it'd be very easy to be consumed with your role, and all of a sudden one thing just, no, I won't train because I've got to do this meeting, or maybe we'll just stay back a little bit later, or I've got to travel for this weekend. Have you ever found moments where you have had to pull yourself out of that and get back to schedule and stuff like that?
Yeah. if you talk to Jen, you would hear her say every now and again, maybe it's every month or every couple of months, I say just clear the diary. You're just overwhelmed with stuff, and you say, okay, I've just got to have a get shit done day, a GSD day, either get done or make time for something else, and just reset. You know, you do get overwhelmed. That happens to everyone. I have no doubt about that.
Do you have like a, I guess, relating this back to what we do as coaches, we can measure these things. If someone comes in a little bit more fatigued, we can see their sleep's dropping, their food's not as good, or whatever. But do you have something that you look at and go, okay, well, here's the first sign that I need a GSD day?
I don't know, to be honest. It probably is there naturally. I just never picked it. You just feel overwhelmed. Or actually, someone taught me this when I was probably at my first leadership job, and I still do this every day. The question is, how are you going to be today? So, am I going to be a hard ass today? Am I going to get shit done today? Am I going to be funny today? Whatever it is, ask yourself that question. And probably when I go, fuck, I'm overwhelmed, or I hear myself saying, I'm not focusing on the right things. I hear myself say that. And then I go, shit, well, focus on the right things.
That's good though, because it seems like that's your grounding. It brings you back down, and you can then have a GSD day, or just focus on the right things.
Focus on the right things.
When you do have some time away, when it is time to cancel the calendar and have some moment for yourself, what does that look like?
I knew you were gonna ask that question. I don't. This goes sound really weird. I don't mind doing the domestic duties because it just is like drones you out,
and very rewarding when finished.
Like I like mowing the lawn and looking at that and going, hey, I did that. And I've got that perfect golf green lawn in the backyard. So that's the weekly stuff. What I love is entertaining. I've got this big, outdoor table, fit 18 people, and have barbecues, or the best thing is ordering pizzas from, it's probably down the road from you. You know that one on Stafford Road, Tan
Oh,
Tours?
yeah.
Mate, I will order 20 pizzas, have all our family and friends around, and just rip out 10 bottles of wine, and that's a perfect Sunday for me.
Yeah, they make a mean really pizza down
there. We'll go there quite a lot, and I'll get a stack this high, and just shove it on that outdoor table, and that's a Sunday arvo. That's beautiful.
A brilliant way to unwind and decompress from a massive week.
Did you hear him say we're invited?
I think there was. I'm a meat pizza kind of guy.
I'll eat anything, so don't.
And it's near here, so I can pick them up for you. I got a Prado, plenty of room.
Yeah, on the way through. All right,
we'll
done.
drop them off.
I love that.
What curious, in your role now, you've obviously done some really cool things. What challenges you now, or what challenges do you look forward to next for yourself or for the company?
Yep. You can. I can feel myself growing up. Growing up as the CEO, and it's definitely not about me. It's about our people. But more importantly, how do we grow them up and give them a great career? I've been very fortunate, right? I've had an awesome career. And I wouldn't change anything, but how does everyone else get that type of career? How do they move fast up an organization, or move sideways a few times to get a great experience? Make a few mistakes. We all got to make mistakes and learn from those. And I love to see it when they win, and winning might be closing a deal, or getting someone live, or creating a great new product, or whatever it is.
That's awesome, man. I love how you are constantly pushing for your people to grow. And so, how old are you?
45.
That seems relatively young for a CEO of such a big company. Is that? Would I be right in saying that?
I think so. I think
also, you don't look 45.
Yeah, you're looking good, bro.
Yeah, and I look.
Honestly,
these are all great hands.
It's the camera. You've got some lighting there. We know what's going on.
It's the Insta filter. I moved up really fast. In previous, I worked for Queensland Rail before they listed, right? And I became CFO at 29, and that's way too young. Moved up fast. Didn't have a lot of grounding, to be honest. And the advice I give people is it's okay to move up fast, but you need a lot of grounding. And Queensland Rail was becoming Horizon, the listed company. It's top 50. And there's no way I would have, one, got the role, two, been ready for it. So I applied for the CFO job at TechOne, and I got that. That's in 2007. And Adrian, I remember him saying to me, like yesterday, but also when he started, he goes, "Wow, you're so young. I don't know whether I should fucking
Oh,
hire
really?
you." But yeah, but haven't looked
Yep.
back, right? Haven't looked back.
What do you
So,
attribute that
the
success
advice
to for yourself? Like progressing so quick as and young. Yep.
learning. Yeah. Someone said to me, one of my early bosses said, "You're just a sponge. Just take it all
Yep.
in. Take it all in and learn and move fast and make mistakes and go hard. Um, put your hand
Yep.
up for stuff. Don't wait to be
Yep.
asked. Go and do
Yep.
stuff." And there's a few leaders in TechOne I see who are exhibit similar traits. Is you don't need to be a leader by structure and direct reports and all that stuff. Just make shit
Yeah.
happen. Just make shit happen. And those leaders that get the leaders through influence and the ones that get shit done, you see them in organizations, right? And we see them, and then we promote them through the ranks. Just don't stop.
Yeah.
Don't ask for permission, but don't be
Yeah.
a dick.
Don't be a dick about it though.
That's one of the best policies I think even we've implemented is at the gym is just don't be a dick, because they'll weed themselves out of the culture because
that's
they'll
exactly
quickly
right.
find out that it's
Exactly
not for
right.
them, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's a person for everyone.
Yeah.
It's like, as coaches, we can't coach everyone. I mean, we could, but we just don't gel with
Agreed.
everyone. So
yeah, it's really important when you're a coach, right? You got to have that gel. And you're right, you're not for everyone. And we have the same in business. We probably don't have official coaches, but you see the unofficial coaches, and you see people mentoring the younger generation, and it is that gel. It's that gel that really
That
helps.
must be a bit of a proud moment, for yourself.
Yeah.
You could call yourself the father of the top there, and you start seeing some other guys and girls down there just starting to mentor and put a little help. Even if it's not their role to do that,
Exactly.
they bring a couple up, and then you're seeing someone helping them. That must be a cool moment to sit back and see in reflection.
It's really cool. It's really cool. And they're the ones I note and go, shit, how do I push them up the tree, right? Yeah.
Bring them through the ranks.
Yep. Exactly.
It's more
Exactly.
like,
it's so cool.
We look in more, I guess, classical setting. It's Adrian, the owner's the godfather, and then obviously you got yourself his right hand man, serving the Don and bringing everyone up.
So with Adrian stepping away in June, does that excite you or make you a bit nervous with him not around as much?
A little bit of both. It's been probably textbook succession planning though, So my career, I've jumped around the organisation quite a lot here. And if I think back, maybe 7-8 years ago, he made me Chief Operating Officer, which was a new role. And you look back and go, that was my apprenticeship to be the CEO, and then CEO 5 years ago, and then a long steady transition. I'll tell you a funny story. I've been here 15 years, and oh god, he's probably gonna hate me telling you this. And it must have been about the 8 or 10 year mark. Going overseas, and it was a conversation about, I'm going overseas, I'm going to delegate to you. And he goes, I trust you now. And I go,
now.
Oh, fuck, it's been 10 years.
Oh, fuck. How did you take that at the time?
Like, that's good, but also
like that, I laughed and I went, fuck, awesome, it's about time.
just a 9-year apprenticeship, really.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, that's amazing.
Damn. You must have done obviously some travel with your role as well. Do you enjoy that side of the work that comes with it?
Yeah, it's fun to a point. Hey, so when you're young and you join a company and you travel a lot, you go, that's awesome. When you get older and you got family, you want to be with your family, and you can get quite exhausted. So I'm lucky that I've got a team of 12, 1,300. A lot of them travel. I don't have to travel that much. I do enjoy traveling and catching up with staff and customers in the different regions. I don't do enough of it, to be honest. What we did last quarter, we run really detailed business reviews every quarter, up and down the tree, 250 metrics, all the rest. And we did our first one in Sydney and last quarter. And what was awesome about it was the people in Sydney could walk past and see what we're doing. But then we spent time with them. We had dinner with them 2 nights in a row and just engaged. And to be honest, I haven't done anywhere near enough of that. And so, but going forward now, every quarter we do it in a different state, so we can catch up with the teams and let them just shoot shit with us.
I bet they enjoy that opportunity to do that as well.
Yeah.
Now that we do get to move around.
Yeah, we can actually.
Which is much nicer. And the other thing I know a little bit about TechOne, essentially, it feels like whenever I get told, every quarter you guys grow. Pretty much.
Yeah.
If every quarter you
every quarter. What's
impressive.
Oh,
I was going to say, what do you guys attribute that success to? Because like plenty of companies and businesses out there that are successful don't do that.
They go through ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
But you guys just seem to be ahead of it and just absolutely crush it every single time.
Yeah, it's focus and discipline. I think, firstly, being a listed company is tough.
Yeah, I bet.
So they demand growth. Sometimes too short-term focused. So everything we do has to be a long-term decision. We've got of any listed company probably in Australia the clearest vision and strategy for the last 35 years. So our vision and strategy has not changed and will not change. And so there's no confusion for our people. Execution changes and execution's tough. And what we're good at is executing. We're myopic. We measure the shit out of everything. We're disciplined. We've got cadence. So, we've got cycles. And we hold ourselves to the highest standards. And that sounds all very nice and robotic, but then we have a lot of fun. We've got the other side of the coin as well, and we motivate and drive and reward and are successful because of that. It's hard to bottle. It's the DNA of TechOne.
I think
people get rewarded.
At the end of the day, you say it's hard to bottle, but I think personally, listening to you speak, then it's that 35 years of the consistent vision and consistent message and what you guys are very clear on your purpose of why you exist. And I think that's the DNA of the company, obviously what Adrian's built and then getting great people like yourself who can steer that ship. And over 35 years, yes, the execution's changed. That's because you've had to evolve as, everything has evolved and you've kept up with it. So it's a credit to, Adrian, yourself and past CEOs and TechOne. So I think the DNA is there. It's just the great people now steering the shift have evolved. And
you're right.
And looking at it from a dollars and cents perspective, like I might get the number wrong, but the share price when it first listed was less than $1.
That's right.
And now it's worth it's down 10 or 11 or something at the moment. If I'm
11 bucks,
just because everything's down at the moment. But to go from penny stocks to in a garage to today, that just shows financially the value success of that company as well, right?
What makes me happy is I think Adrian founded the business, so imagine it was zero. When I started in 2015, our market cap was maybe 200 million bucks, and today it's anywhere 3 to 4 billion. And you go, wow, that's been a great journey.
Yeah, I mean, if you have too many stocks, you need to offload. I'm happy to help you carry that burden.
I gotta read you this tweet that someone sent me the other day. I gotta send it to you. Give me 1 second.
But as I said, I don't know much about stock, but it seems like you guys have a lot.
What do you got?
All right, so this is a tweet.
Oh, no, it's paused.
I'll send it to you. It says, irrespective of what happens to the share price today, TechOne's profit result today, yet again, is just about every CEO's wet dream. You'd give up your left arm to be able to replicate it year in, year out. I love that.
Ed, we're going to be a pain. We just lost you right at the start of that tweet. Would you mind re-saying it for us?
All right. Yeah, I'll re-say it. Can you hear me now?
I heard the wet dream and I got
All right, so it says, did it drop out again?
Paused again.
That's too funny.
It dropped out again. Hang on 1 second.
Sorry, bro. You've just dropped out.
I have lost you.
Fortunately. Are you there?
I can hear you now.
Gotcha. Let's go again, brother.
All right. Irrespective of what happens to the share price today, TechOne's profit result yet again is just about every CEO's wet dream. You'd give up your left arm to be able to replicate it year in, year out.
Gotta love reading stuff like that.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Fuck. That's actually pretty good.
5-10 years from now, mate, where do you see yourself?
5 years. I can't even think that far out. I think the company will be kicking ass. It will be dominating the UK. I might be handing the battons over. Who knows? Because that's a long time. I would have been in the company 20-something years, CEO for 10 or 12 years. I'd love to stay with the company, maybe join the board, help guide it. 10 years, I'll be 55. I had a dream I'd be on a farm somewhere, like Jeremy Clarkson's a farm, and I'd be driving a big tractor around and digging shit up, building stuff.
That's not bad.
Who knows?
Who knows?
And probably just in the middle of your powerlifting career as well.
Oh yeah. What should I'm 72 kilos. What should I be aiming for to powerlift?
I think just judging from your numbers, I think a 100-kilo bench would be kind of cool. I think you could do that. I think, Brandy, I usually think a 1.5 times body weight squat would be very acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
And a double body weight deadlift, that would be something I would encourage work towards, and probably not that far away, if I was to be honest.
And then we also got to factor in the fact that once you come into the gym, we'll go, okay, you're 72 kilos body weight. We'll probably want you at about 90.
Yeah, we're going to need about 80 or 90. We're going to have to thicken you up a little. Put a little arm in that sleeve of yours, I think.
That'll be chunk.
Chunky hunky, bro.
Hey, I'm pretty sure Tentulas will be happy to accommodate for that by
that growth
going more.
That growth period for yourself.
Yeah. There you go.
Mate, to finish off and to get a bit more behind the scenes of Mr. Ed Chung, we have 10 very random questions.
Oh yeah, very random. This is
the one with the
this is the one.
Really
I'm looking forward to the answer to that one.
Actually, that'd be really cool.
This is the second formal and the last piece of formality for the questions. There is 10 for you. First one for you. What did you have for dinner last night?
What did I have for dinner last night? I can't even fucking remember.
I was hoping you'd say Tentulas.
Just let out a sec. What happened for dinner last night? I don't know.
Did you cook it?
No, risotto. Chicken risotto. Chicken risotto. It was beautiful.
I like how you threw that last bit in there because she's
beautiful.
listening.
And your wife, because your wife.
She's
well played. What's in the boot of your car?
Would you believe it's a couple of camp chairs that I sit beside the netball courts every Saturday?
Awesome. I love that. This is always an interesting answer for us. When was the last time you changed your bed sheets?
God, my wife does that. She does it once every fortnight.
Fortnightly's lovely. I like that. Your middle name, sir?
James.
Lovely. Mm-hmm. Your favorite year and why?
Favorite year. It's gonna. Okay, 2007. I turned 30. My first daughter was born on my 30th.
Oh, bro. How good's that?
Yeah. I don't have a birthday party anymore.
No, you don't. I was going to say, it's all your daughter.
It's all about her.
Get one now, bro.
I love how these questions go from like real surface level.
Yeah,
just
we go
deep.
everywhere.
Yeah.
What your first piece of music you ever owned? What was it?
Oh, shit. I don't know. It was probably Snoop Dogg, like Gin and Juice or something.
Classic.
Love that.
Love it. The last dream you had, what was it? Do you remember it?
I don't think I dream. I don't think I dream.
Yeah,
hey,
I get that. That's me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I dream. I'm a type of person. I can sleep anywhere. If I lay back now and close my eyes,
you can catch a nap
That's
anytime,
why
any place.
those camp chairs that you take to Apple, they don't recline.
I'll put the umbrella down. I'm watching the game.
Now I think we got a little insight into this, but maybe some more info. What are you going to do when you retire? Is it going to be the farm?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to build shit. And you know what I love? I love fast cars.
Oh, fuck.
Back in the day, I was a Jemmy Bev. I had a Datsun 1200.
Yeah, you did. Dado.
Yeah.
Yeah. Classic.
I don't know. I'd like a Mustang.
Oh, that'd be cool.
These days.
You had me there. Are you talking like old school Mustang or like yeah?
67 fastback, you know.
I mean, I feel like we can, we're pretty much friends now, so I can say this, but we're all pretty sure you're rich enough to own the Shelby GT 500.
I would love one of those.
That'd be nice.
I'm
big burnouts down Stafford Road.
Oath. My dream car is a 69 SS Camaro.
I don't want one of those. I've got to tell you about another time. I went to Vegas with a couple of boys. And we hired a couple of fast cars. I got a Huracan, and we raced to the Grand Canyon.
That's unreal.
It was amazing.
That would have been a giggle.
It was amazing.
That would have been unreal.
Yeah, it was very fun.
Okay,
your morning routine, sir. Question number 9.
Yep.
What is your morning routine?
4:50, alarm up, ready by
Yep.
5. Downstairs, gym, 45
Lovely.
minutes. Get up,
Yep.
coffee, kiss the wife, get to work, 6:30, and then we're in.
Damn,
Shit, that is
you go
efficient.
from up at 4:50, trained, snacked, kiss the wife, in the office by 6:30.
Yep.
You are a weapon.
Yep.
That is a weapon. I get up at 5:30.
Very
Kiss fart
efficient.
around, make breakfast, then maybe kiss the missus, unless she's got them, if not emptying the dishwasher. Anyways.
Now, this is our favorite one. It throws a few off, but being a part of a technology company, I feel like you'll have some good context for the answer here. What do you think of AI?
I think AI is a solution looking for a problem.
Yes.
Ooh.
So you need to know what you're trying to solve.
Yep. Ooh,
Can we all just I'm mind blown by that.
That's the best answer we've had yet so far.
I'm actually I'm content with my day. I'm going to go back to bed because my day cannot get any better than that comment.
I love
That
it.
was unreal, mate. I feel like now that I know you're an old school American classic car fan, we could spend another 24 hours just talking on this podcast. But unfortunately, we will wrap it up. We know you're a very busy human being, and we appreciate your time massively. For those who want to know more about TechOne, about yourself, where can they find you?
You can look us up at www.technologyonecorp.com, and you'll find everything there. And gents, I got to say, I do lots of media. This is the best I've ever done.
Look, it's
been
only
great.
the best
Awesome.
you've ever done because you, sir, are the best.
Yep.
You're
coming back on, bro. We'll get you in after it. We'll go throw some kilos around together, and we'll get you on after a session, I think.
I mean, we know another CEO who throws kilos around, and we, just saying, he got addicted, and now he's competing. So you got to do it, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. We'll have to catch up again, hopefully at that Italian restaurant, I reckon.
I agree.
Yeah,
have some pizzas.
Definitely.
Mate,
Thanks,
have
Ed.
a good
Appreciate
one.
it,
Thank you.
See you, mate.